Welcome to Keys Open Doors. Today we're breaking down your rights when using credit repair services. Look, if you're on the journey to buying a home, you already know the deal. Your credit score? It's basically the key that turns the lock, right? It dictates your mortgage approval, your interest rate, and ultimately your monthly payment. But honestly, getting that score mortgage ready, well, it can feel like a totally overwhelming hurdle. A lot of aspiring homebuyers find themselves stressed out, staring at their credit reports, just wondering what their options are. So in this explainer, we're going to look closely at the established federal consumer protection laws governing the credit repair industry, just so you can navigate this whole process safely and confidently.
Okay, let's dive right into it. It's the million-dollar question for so many future homeowners. Can you just pay someone to fix your credit? When you're rushing to get pre-approved for a mortgage, the temptation to pay for a quick fix is incredibly strong. You might see these ads promising to, erase bad history overnight or boost your score by 100 points in a week. Sounds amazing, right? But as an everyday buyer, you absolutely need to know how to protect yourself before handing over your hard-earned down payment money. While there are legitimate services out there that can help you organize and dispute errors on your report, there are strict rules they absolutely must follow.
Which brings us to Section 1, the truth about promises.
Because consumers are, pretty vulnerable when they desperately need a credit boost, federal laws actually step in to act as a buyer's shield. You see, consumer protection laws strictly prohibit credit repair companies from making untrue or misleading representations about what they can actually achieve. It's that simple. If a company guarantees they can remove completely accurate negative information from your report, or if they promise some miraculous overnight fix, there's just no way. They are violating federal law. The legal reality requires complete honesty. They literally cannot misrepresent their services, their capabilities, or how the credit reporting system actually works.
To take it a step further, the law mandates what we call affirmative disclosures. Now let's translate that legal jargon into plain English, right? It simply means these companies are legally forced to be completely honest about your rights up front, before you ever sign anything. They have to actively tell you what you can do on your own for free, like disputing inaccurate information yourself directly with the credit bureaus. They have to lay all their cards on the table. If a company's kind of trying to hide your rights or make it seem like they possess a secret magic wand that you don't have access to, yeah, that is a massive red flag.
All right, moving on to Section 2, no work, no pay.
When you're saving up for closing costs, inspections, and a down payment, literally every single dollar counts. And the law recognizes this with a strict timeline designed specifically to protect your wallet. Here's how it goes. First, a written contract is signed. Second, the work is fully completed. And only then, in Step 3, can payment actually be collected. Established legal standards explicitly bar credit repair companies from demanding advance payment. They cannot charge you before they've actually performed the services they promised. This is, pretty different from how we buy most things in life, which is exactly why it's so important to learn.
To reiterate this for anyone aspiring to buy a home, in general, if a credit repair company asks for money before performing the service, they are violating the law. Never pay upfront fees before the work is done. If someone on the phone says, hey, just wire us $500 today to get started, you have every right to just hang up and walk away. Keeping your money in your own bank account until the agreed-upon work is verifiably finished, that is your absolute legal right.
Okay, let's look at Section 3. Get it in writing.
Look, when you're dealing with any credit repair organization, your memory of a phone call is just not going to protect you. Buying a house requires a mountain of paperwork, and the process of preparing your credit, it should be treated with the exact same level of formal documentation. Every single credit repair agreement must be put into a formal, written contract. A credit repair contract isn't just a receipt. It's a legally required document that must outline exactly what services are being promised, the total cost you'll pay, and the time frame for these results. It holds the company accountable to the specific actions they claim they take on your behalf.
Let me be incredibly clear here. Verbal promises do not count. A friendly handshake, a reassuring text message, or a really enthusiastic phone call, it's just not enough. The law demands written proof of what the company will do for your credit. If they promise you the moon on the phone, but somehow refuse to put those exact promises into the written contract, you should absolutely not proceed. Secure that written contract, read it thoroughly, and make sure it aligns perfectly with everything you discussed.
And finally, Section 4, your right to cancel.
So, what happens if you sign a contract, go home, sleep on it, and realize, wow, I think I've made a mistake? Or what if you feel like you were heavily pressured into signing something you didn't fully understand? Well, the law actually anticipates this exact scenario and gives power right back to you.
If you sign a credit repair contract, consumer protection standards grant you specific rights to cancel the agreement. You are legally entitled to a cooling-off period. The company must provide you with a cancellation form right alongside the contract, making it super simple and straightforward for you to back out if you choose to do so within the legally specified timeframe.
Basically, this means you are not permanently locked in just because you signed on the dotted line under pressure. This cancellation right acts as a vital escape hatch. If you change your mind about the service, or, if you review your budget and realize you just can't afford it, or if you simply decide you want to try fixing your credit yourself for free, you can walk away. No harm, no foul, and absolutely no financial penalty if it's done within your legal window.
So the crucial takeaway here is this: you have the power. Let's summarize these core consumer rights into a final, empowering buyer's shield checklist for anyone trying to build their credit safely. Number 1, no advance payments. Remember, no work, no pay. Number 2, required written contracts. Get every single promise in writing. Number 3, honest representations. They cannot legally lie to you about what they can achieve. And number 4, the right to cancel. You always have that built-in escape hatch. Keeping this checklist in mind is going to protect your time, your sanity, and for sure your savings as you prepare for home ownership.
Knowing your rights is the very first step to protecting your future investment. But honestly, it begs a pretty huge question. If these companies are legally restricted to only doing things that you can do yourself for free, is the heavy price tag ever truly worth it? While we cover general education here to empower you, always remember to consult with licensed professionals regarding your specific financial situation. Keys open doors, helping you unlock your path to homeownership. If this helped, like, comment, and subscribe.